Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Yarni Sattu Chaudhary and I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP, a non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already served 3 million knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 plus profession and 4,500 organizations. Institute of Global Professional IGP and ISO 9001 2015 10002 2018 is the training faculty for skill development, which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides socially work global recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner through respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the best famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, is a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, and we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar, courses, awards, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling aids. On the other side, we also trying to serve more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all day. Kids learning games, website, free courses, converter search, and many, many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several trainings, programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we arrange with qualified trainers, speakers, and instructors. We extend free services to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in the last 3 years. We have affiliation with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual mock signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are looking to create a legendary generation of future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is a crucial for the Institute of Global Profession. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective base quality service and continuous improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friends in the comment box. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to tag, share, mention your friends in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed our 1245 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with our content, we already completed 1246 webinars successfully. At present, we are going to start our 1247, and our program name is How to Write a Strategic Plan. And today we have our speaker. Our speaker name is Ma'am Dr. Samia Ismail Sheikh. Before I hand over the stage to our ma'am, want to share a very little about our speaker. She is executive manager in Ministry of Education and Higher Education Palestine. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Mhm. Hello, hello.
Uh,
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Fine, thank you. Very good. Thank you.
Ma'am, behalf of IGP knowledge seekers, want to hear from you about you, ma'am.
Sorry, beg your pardon. Huh?
Yes, please some give some description about yourself.
Okay. Well, good morning and good afternoon, dear participants. Hello, everybody all over the world. So pleased to meet you again in my lecture, which is entitled How to Write a Strategic Plan, presented by me. I'm Dr. Samia Skeik. I'm an executive manager in the Palestinian Ministry of Education and Higher Education. Previously, I was a head teacher or a principal for many secondary schools in Gaza. I'm a lecturer in some universities in Gaza. I'm so pleased to meet you today. In fact, and before I begin, I'd like to thank IGP team institution of global professionals uh, who give me the chance to meet you today. I'm so pleased to be one of its members. Thank you. Okay. My lecture today is entitled How to Write a Strategic Planning. First of all, previously we talked about strategic planning, how to write a strategic plan, sorry, and we talked previously about strategic planning. And I'm going to revise some of the information which I have said to you or taught to you last lectures. When I want to ask what is planning or what is strategic planning, it is the process of making decisions to determine the future, and we will ask ourselves where do we want to reach and where are we now? How can we get what we need? These are very important questions which we are going to answer through planning or through doing strategic planning. Will you please, Miss, will you please pass the slides for me? Okay. Now the next slide, please. When I want to ask, why do managers plan? Why do they plan? In fact, business managers plan for several reasons, including to mark progress and achievements made along the way, to motivate themselves and employees to reach goals, and to monitor financial status. Planning is essential for business managers in small companies as well as large corporations. For business managers, plans essentially act as roadmaps to help guide them and their organizations. Then planning is so important for managers. The next slide, please. Many business managers, especially those who oversee operations in smaller firms, overlook the importance of having a business plan in place. For these managers, setting a plan is considered a waste of time, as managers spend their time forecasting, monitoring, and researching rather than managing or engaging in marketing, sales, and network to help grow their organizations. Without a plan, in fact, however, managers is in organizations of all sizes are bound to encounter surprises and barriers, such as financial shortfalls. One of the primary benefits of business plans for managers is that they allow individuals to set short term and long term goals for growth. Managers can use plans to set sales goals on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis, as well as to set longer term plans to increase revenue during a period of years. Plans are also used as milestones that mark progress and allow managers to visualize and understand how the various components of their companies work together. This is the importance of doing a plan or of making a plan for organizations. Then we are going to revise why is planning important. Once more, it is very important because it establishes the direction of the organization. When people plan before launching a business, they avoid many pitfalls that others do not anticipate, with many business failing within their first few years. A sound plan is like a compass to navigate through the obstacles. Then we can avoid all or most of the obstacles which we may face in the future. Will you please pass the slides, please? Maybe the fifth slide. Will you please pass it? When I want to talk about strategic planning concept, what does it mean? That's to revise what we have previously talked about. In main four squares, we are going to talk about strategic planning concept. First of all, we are going to talk about setting long-term goals, not short-term goals, but long-term goals. For example, 5 or 10 years or for 15 years or more. Then putting plans to ensure success. The next, allocation of available resources. Then framework of risks and opportunities. In setting long-term goals, we are going to put desirable slopy design. And in putting plans to ensure access, we are going to put operational plans, which we are going to talk about in our lecture today. In allocation of available resources, human, that's to say, or we are going to talk about human, financial resources, hardware. Then, in framework of risks and opportunities, we are going to make SWOT analysis, which we are going to analyze, in which we are going to analyze the internal environment and the external environment. For the second or the third time, we're going to say what is a strategic planning, or what is a strategic plan. When it comes to business and finance, strategic planning will help you allocate your resources, energy, and assets. When implemented, a strategic plan will begin to move your operations in a more profitable direction. The primary goal of the plan is to ensure you and any other stakeholders are on the same page and striving to reach the same goal. Creating a strategic plan requires a disciplined effort. Once you put the plan into action, it will influence the segment of customers that you target, how you serve those customers, and the experience those customers have. Will you please pass the slides for me? Before making a successful, the next slide. Before making a successful strategic plan, you must focus on the following. We are going to make now a strategic plan for our company, for our university, for our institution. Then you have to focus on some of the components, which is the first one is choosing the planning team. It's very important to choose our team. They should be active. The members should be active. They should be initiative. They should be. They should like the work they do. And the next component is choosing information team. Very important to get right information, or the data should be right from the best resource. Then choosing the suitable place. When I want to plan or what my plan, I should choose the place in which we are going to sit and make brainstorming to get ideas and to get new information. Then identifying the sufficient time. When I want to put my plan, there should be a timing for my plan. When we are going to carry out this plan or the procedures of this plan. Pass the slide, please. Will you please pass it? When I talk about strategic planning, we are going to talk about gather information, then set goal, then allocate resources, as we said, the human resources and the financial resources, then implementation or implement, then measure progress. We are going always in our plans, we should measure our progress, if we are doing well or not. Pass it, please. Pass the slides. Then, how to write a strategic planning. First of all, we are going to determine our values in the sense of defining the general direction of the institution and the clarity of the institution's spirit and what its basic character. We are going to determine what is our character by knowing or by determining values in the scene or in the sense of defining the general direction of our institution and the clarity of our spirit and what is our basic character. Then we are going to identify the individual values. There should be, or there must be, an individual values. Then there should be organization values. Then there should be organizational culture. First of all, we should identify the individual values such as safety, risk, creativity. These are some of the values for individuals. Then and the members of the team should have such values. In fact, will you please pass it? Pass the slide, please. Then the next, yes, the next one, also. Okay, I talked about it. The next slide, the next. Okay, good. Thank you. Then, first of all, as I said, identify the individual values such as safety, risk, creativity, and these are some of the values which the members of the team have. Then we should identify the organization values such as profit, growth, quality, speed. These are some of the values which the organization or the whole organization must have. Then we are going to identify the philosophy of work, such as methods of work, conflict management, making decisions. These are some of the phrases that denote the philosophy of work in our organization or our company or our institution. Then identify the organizational culture, such as individual values, organization values, philosophy of work, methods of work. These are the organizational culture which give us our main character. Then identify the stakeholders' values, such as companies, local societies, students, researchers, etc. These are the main values which we should identify before beginning to put our plan. Then, as you see, in strategic planning, we must take into consideration all the local society, the employees, the employers, the stakeholders, our researchers. We should engage all of them in our strategic planning when we want to put a strategic plan. The next slide, please. Now, first of all, as I said last time, we are going to set the vision. And I said that, and for example, in Palestine, we are living in unstable circumstances. And so the vision should be put in the end. But in advanced countries, like America, for example, Britain, or other countries which live in stable, for example, circumstances, they should put the vision first of all, in the sense of a better description of the future of the institution. In the vision, we put our what we are looking for to see our organization or institution in the future. And we are going to talk about its ambitions and dreams and formulating these matters well and with complete accuracy. Usually, vision is within a specific period of time, such as for 5 or 10 or 15 years, for example. In the next slide, we are going to write how should we write an excellent vision. Okay, next slide, please. There is no practical method with specific procedures for setting the vision, in fact, but the following procedures can be followed. There is not a systemic way or method or a practical method to put or for setting the vision. But in the next components, we are going to know some or how to put this vision. The team determines how long the plan will be, 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, or more than, maybe 20 or 25 years, for example. First of all, then we are going to determine the time of carrying out this plan. Number 2, the principal of the team asks each member to write his personal vision according to his expectations. Now, we are going to share our team. As I said, the team or the members of the team should be initiative, should like their work, should be encouraged and have lots of enthusiasm to share or to push the organization into to be advanced. So we are going to ask each member of the team to write his expectations about, or the vision, his personal vision according to his expectations. Here, the team meets. There will be a meeting or assembly to discuss the ideas which they wrote, or the vision they wrote for each one, and it will be defined. The vision will be defined and formulated. Here we are going to write our vision in a concise statement that summarizes the aspirations and hopes of the organization. Then we share the members, or the teams of the team of the member, of our planning members or team. We are going to share all of them to write their personal vision. Then we are going to discuss these personal visions and formulate in a concise statement that summarizes our aspirations and hopes of our organization or company or institution in the future. Then measurable practical indicators are set that show the extent of achieving the vision. Then we are going to put some indicators which say to us, which tell us if we are going to the same in the right direction or not. This is for the vision, and now we are going the next slide, please. Now we are going to talk about the mission. This is the second component and how to write a mission. For example, before I'm going to go back to the excellent, or how to write an excellent vision. For example, some companies put it would be concise and brief, written in brief. For example, we are seeking for excellence. This is a vision for some companies. It should be concise and tell us what are we going to see or how shall we see our company or institution in the future. The next component is how to write a mission, or how to determine a mission, and it must be based on the vision. Our mission should be based on the vision. So it is concise, persuasive, expressive, and eloquent, and takes into account the services provided and the expected results. It should take into consideration all these things. It should be concise, persuasive, expressive, and eloquent, and takes into account the services which we offer for our stakeholders. It also represents the permanent reference for decisions in the organization and reflects achievable criteria. This is very important for the mission. The next step is to create a mission statement. Now, after we put it, now we are going to create our mission. How? You may already have one, but it's important to note your mission at the top of the strategic plan document you create. Maybe you have a mission for your institution, but you should have, it's very important to note your mission at the top. You have to write it at the top of your strategic plan document you create. This ensures everybody is focused on the same goal. Everybody in our organization should go or should work for the same goal. All of us are working for the same goal. Your mission statement should cover why you started the company. In our mission, we should why you started the company and what you intend to accomplish through the products and services that you offer. It clarifies, then our mission clarifies our values, why we are found, what our services which we will offer to our stakeholders. In the next slide, please. In the next slide, in addition to the mission statement, make sure to outline both short and long-term objectives. There should be long-term objectives and short-term objectives. Why short? I said that we should put long-term objectives, but in our operational plan, we should put short-term objectives so as to achieve regularly our objectives. Let's list the objectives according to their priority and designate certain managers to employees to be responsible for each one. Then we are going now to distribute the work all over our team. We will ask some managers or certain managers, of course, which are very which who are very encouraged and have initiative. We are going to ask them to carry out these or to achieve these objectives according to their priority. And or employees طبعا, of course, sorry, for the managers or the employees, in fact. Also, jot down the resources that will be used to achieve each objective. We're going to put our resources, our financial resources, human resources, who will carry out this objective, who is responsible for achieving the goal or the objectives, who about our financial resource, from where shall we get the financial resource to achieve our goals. In the next slide, we're going to know how to formulate the mission. Managers should ask themselves these questions. Before we formulate our mission, we should ask ourselves some questions. The next slide, please. First of all, what kind of services does my organization introduce? What kind of services? Is it education? Is it products? Is it weapons? Is it anything, any product? What kind of services does my organization introduce? Then, who is the targeted audience or stakeholders? Who is the our targeted audience? Then, how shall I offer the service? How shall I offer the service or introduce my offers or my services for these stakeholders? Then, why are we found? As I said before, we should ask ourselves, why are we found in this time, in this place? And then, what are the driving forces that affect my work? What affects my work? I have to ask myself as a manager. Then, what distinguishes me from the others? Now, if I want to make or to open or to establish a new organization, there should be something which distinguishes me from others. I should offer more services. I should offer the best services for these stakeholders. Something which distinguishes me from the other companies or universities. In the next slide, now we are going to analyze the current situation. We are going to analyze the current situation, and this is the most important component of putting a plan, a strategy plan. I talked before about about SWOT analysis. What do we mean by SWOT analysis? These are abbreviation. These letters are abbreviation for S refers to strengths, and then weaknesses. W stands for weaknesses. Then opportunities, and O stands for opportunities, and threats stands for T stands for threats. If I analyze my external and internal environment, I will get the real situation in which we are now. SWOT analysis should be an analysis of the internal environment, as I said, and include such as obstacles, human resources, material capabilities, buildings, infrastructure, scientific partnership, collaborators, something like that. This is the internal environment, as well as the analysis of the external environment for opportunities, obstacles, and the threats. And include, what does it include? It includes the labor market, the organization's competitors, economic conditions, social and cultural factors. This is very important. This analysis is very important to make it before we put our plan. We should know what is happening in the past, and where we are now, and in the future what shall we do. Then, in the standard references, in the sense of comparing the same institution with an institution of similar work, there should be a comparison between our institution and other institutions to know if we are going in the right way, if we complete them correctly, if we are distinguished from them. Standard references in the sense that, of course, we are going to look for successful similar organizations or universities. Okay, in the sense of comparing the same institution with an institution of similar work. If I want to establish a university, I should look for a successful university. If it is a company, I'm going to look for a similar work in a successful company, and so on. A reference assessment of practices and performance is made in order. Why do we make this reference or standard reference? In order to identify the differences and their causes. The differences, if they are going better than me or they are going worse than me. And so I'll get differences, and I'll get better jobs and better results. In the next slide, please, I'm going to identify LOB, which stands for lines of business, the wanted fields to achieve the tasks. I want to talk about the wanted fields to achieve the tasks. Then I'm going to identify CSI, which stands for critical business indicators. This is very important. The companies or the universities or the institutions as a whole that may be divided from the mother company. There should be, if we are going in, if we are working in a big organization, we should know that there will be some centers or some departments which will be divided from the mother company. Then identify CSI, which stands for Critical Success Indicators. This is very important to ensure that this unit is doing well or doing bad. We are going to know that, and there should be critical success indicators to know if we are going in the right way or not. Then identify strategic that's to say procedures, such as the essential tools to achieve the goals. And in the last, identify the organizational culture, and this is very important. In the next slide, we are going to talk about gap analysis in the sense of making a comparison between the current situation of the institution or the organization or the company and the future situation that wants to be in. Or it is possible to make a comparison between the institution itself with other prestigious institutions. Here, in the gap analysis, we should know where are we now, and what we are going, what is our inspiration in the future. We should make a comparison either between our institution or organization or company itself with other prestigious institutions or successful institutions, or we should compare the current situation and the future situation which we are looking for. And in the next slide, we should determine strategic goals in the sense of formulating goals in an intelligent manner based on the mission, vision, and basic values of the institution. Very important. This is a very important component of our plan. We are going to put our goals now. After we put the vision, the mission, then we analyze the external and internal environments. Then we are going to put our objectives or goals. Let us say goals. It means big objectives, and the objectives are smaller than the goals, and we derive them from the goals. in the sense of formulating goals in an intelligent manner based on the mission. As I said, I am not going to put objectives which are far away from the mission, the vision, and basic values. And this is here, I want to say that in our mission and vision, we shouldn't put imaginations that couldn't be achieved. There should be a mission and a vision and basic values of our main community, which we can achieve, in fact. Then we should determine the initiatives, that's to say, the implementation plan, usually in the form of projects or programs for institutions. Here, by determining the initiatives, we determine them as projects. This is in the operational plan, in fact. In the strategic planning, we put the headlines, the big headlines in our strategic plan. And there should be operational plans. Why? To carry out the projects or the programs to achieve our big goals. Then determining indicators. We should put indicators for performance schedules and outputs in the sense of indicators that measure the success of each step in achieving the goal. There should be many steps, and we are going to put these indicators which denotes if I'm going right or wrong, if I'm going in the right way or in the wrong way. So determining indicators is very important. For each initiative, there is an executive action plan. As I said, there should be an executive action or an operational plan that measures who will do what and when it will end. And in the last of my lecture, I'm going to present to you a pattern or a design or a model for a model sheet for designing or how to write the strategic plan. Then we are going to determine the resources, including human resources, financial budget, and the organization's infrastructure with facilities and equipment. This is very important to carry out our goals or our objectives, or to be in the right way, or to achieve our mission and vision. Next slide, next two slides, please. I'm going to talk about assessing the current infrastructure operations. The first step, as I said, in creating a strategic plan is to carefully assess your existing infrastructure operations. You can do this through a SWOT, as I said before, a SWOT analysis, which is analysis of the company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And I always like to talk about this point because it is very important to know our current, the next slide, please, about our current situation, our current situation, and the previous situation, and the situation in the future. And if you look here under in the diagram here, SWOT analysis, first of all, strengths, and it denotes that we are going to know points of strengths we have. And then the weaknesses, why do we fall, sorry, and then opportunities which we have in the external environment, and threats that threatens my work, to avoid them. Then the goal here is to pinpoint the resources that you use to carry out your day-to-day operations, to look at your monthly revenue patterns, to list my company, any company challenges related to the customer experience, and most importantly, to look at your marketing methods. This is very important. Marketing methods are very important, and ways to improve the overall customer experience. This is very important, in fact, to do it and to know where are we going, and where we are now, and how shall we reach our vision or to achieve our vision in the future. The next, and this is a very important component, in fact, we are going to measure our performance. Are we doing well? Now that you know what you are trying to achieve and who is responsible for each goal. The next slide, please. Yes, that's it. Now that you know what are you going to achieve and who is responsible for each goal, we put the human resources and the financial resources. It's time to deploy the plan and measure its progress. If we're going in each step, we are going to put some indicators. Of course, there are many tools of measuring performance. Next lectures, I hope that I'm going to talk about them, because one lecture is not enough, in fact, to talk about everything. A weekly meeting is extremely important for all managers and stakeholders. Provide feedback. There should be a feedback to our work, and there should be an assembly or a weekly meeting too. It is very important, or it is extremely important for all managers and stakeholders and employers to know if we are going to in the right way or not. Your goal is to determine that if the company is headed in the right direction, as I said. If not, you'll need to revise the strategic plan accordingly. Then it should be flexible. Our plan should be flexible, and there should be alternatives. If I put an operational plan and I find that I couldn't do in one scenario, I'm going to use another scenario. And this is also another subject I hope that I'm going to talk about next lectures, inshallah, because it takes a lot of time, in fact, and we don't have the enough time for today. In the next slide, preparing the practical plans and uniting them. After I put my plans, now I'm going to, of course, this will be through writing the general operational plan. Now we wrote the operational plan, which is derived from the strategic plan. Then writing the detailed plan for each unit. There should be some fields, some units in which we are going to work. Okay, then writing the united executive plan. This is very important. Then checking the plans and comparing them. We are going to check the plans if they are going in the same side or parallel way with other units or with other plans, sorry. And then explanation, understanding, and clarifying. We should explain why do we put this plan. There should be an understanding and clarifying for each object. Why do we do that? Why do we put this objective? How can we, to clarify, how shall we carry out this goal or this objective? Then putting and coordinating budgets with its types. This is very important, in fact, to put the suitable time, the suitable budget, which we are going to need through carrying out this plan. Then policies, procedures, and instructions. We should put our policies. This is very important for strategic planning. In fact, our policies should be clarified, should be understood from, or should be understood by all the employers and employees. Then the procedures also should be, and the instructions should be very very clarified, in fact, to be carried out. If you look at the diagram I put here, you see that there is action plan in the middle, and there are some areas which are going out of it, such as, for example, improvement. In my action plan, I make improvement. I put my objectives, I check them. We put strategies, we are going to act, we put schedules or schedules. Then there will be, of course, implementation and collaboration to achieve our objectives. If we talk about strategic plans, we should know that they are ongoing. They are not stopped. They are never stopped. Of course, once your strategic plan helps you achieve several objectives, it's smart to regroup and set new objectives. If I carried out my objectives, I should put or set new objectives. As your company grows, or as your organization or institution, as it grows, you can set new goals to ensure the company keeps moving forward. We shouldn't stop when we put our objectives, but we should look for the future. We should put other objectives which we can achieve in the future. You can share the success of your strategic plan with potential investors as a way to tap into new capital funding. You can get financial aid by sharing your or the success of your strategic plan with potential investors who have lots of money or have capitals of money to share us and to take a new capital funding. Here in the picture here, there is a proverb. I say that in fact it's a proverb because he said to us, a goal. He says to us, a goal without a plan is just a wish. If you have lots of goals but you don't have a plan, it will be just a wish and it may be achieved or not. So each goal should be carried out through a plan, a strategic plan. In the last, I'm going to show you, this is a model of a plan sheet. If I want to put my strategic plan, this is the model in which I'm going to put my plan. Such as, first of all, there will be a general objective or a general goal. In fact, it will be a big objective, a big goal. And there will be some objectives which are derived from this big objective. In the first, we are going to put these derived objectives. We are going to name them or entitle them by procedural objectives. We put, for example, 3 or more objectives in the procedural objectives, and these objectives will be carried out by the responsible person who is responsible for achieving this objective. He is responsible, and I'm going to revise him. What did he do? Then we are going to determine the human resources who will help me to achieve these goals. Then the financial resources. In the next step, the financial resources. Who will fund me or give me the money, or from where shall I take the financial aids or the financial resources? Then timing. This is very important, in fact, and there should be another schedule for timing our objectives. Shall we carry out this objective in May, June, July, or in the first term of the year, or in the whole year? There should be a good timing here. Then I should put indicators of success. Did I succeed in my work or not? Then there should be an evaluation. This is the model of a strategic plan, and there are plan sheet, of course, and there are so many models of putting a strategic plan. This is the simplest sheet or a plan sheet, which we can use it easily. And I hope that you are going to try to put a general objective and to put your procedural objectives, and to put the elements of this strategic plan or strategic sheet. If we have lots of time, I hope that maybe in the future, inshallah, I'm going to put a general objective with you or a general goal, and then to derive procedural objectives. Then there should be, maybe I'm sorry, there should be activities which we are going to follow. This is, there is, it will be, in fact, in the second here, there should be it should be the second after procedural objectives. We should put it, in fact. I put the objective, then the activities I'm going to carry out to achieve this objective. Then the responsible person, then human resources, then financial resources, then timing, indicators, and evaluation if we going in the right way or not. In the last of my lecture, I hope that you got the points, and that you take the suitable information for you. Thank you for joining me. I'm ready for your question now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely.
Thank
After
you
your
very much.
presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which is our only intention: learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation.
You're
Now, ma'am,
welcome.
now it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable
Okay.
ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we'll be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Okay, ma'am?
Okay. I'm ready.
Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for our question answer session. Please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an online quiz competition. So please stay with us and enjoy our question answer session. Once again, welcome back everyone. It's time for our question answer session. Let's welcome back our ma'am. Hi. Once again,
Uh,
welcome back. Ma'am, our first question from Nutrim Varaha. What are the contingency plans?
what are well, I talked about a strategic plan, how to create or how to write a strategic plan. In fact, if I want to talk about kinds of plans, I talk about operational plan, which is derived from the main strategic plan. We put long-term objectives, and then we derive the short-term objectives to achieve them accordingly or frequently. So we put these derived objectives and then the activities which are going to follow up to carry out our objectives, and all of them leads to the main objective. Okay,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you.
Next question from Flami Ragwal. Good day, everyone. Good day, ma'am. Dr. Samia Ismail Sheikh. What are the factors that contribute to successful strategic planning? Thank you.
The factors of that can contribute to successful strategic planning, as I said, I talked about them in the last previous two lectures, and today also I talked about the most components of factors that make my strategic planning is very successful, that makes it successful. And one of these, or the most important thing here, is to choose the team which is it's very encouraged or is which is very initiative, with which its members are very initiative to work. They have the reality for the organization to carry out its vision, mission, to lead the organization to the success. This is very important. In fact, then if you put the main factor is the SWOT analysis, when we analyze our environment, internal and external environments. When we analyze them correctly, we shall, of course, make a good strategic planning. The most important thing is to get the information from its main resource. We should have main resources to get our information. And so I said that there should be a team to get our information in the right way, or from the right way. Then there should be a financial aid or financial resource for our work. We should look for them in a good way. Uh, After making a SWOT analysis, and in fact, there are many types of making analysis, and SWOT analysis is the most important or the most famous one. If we know our opportunities, from where shall we get the human resources, from the financial resources, if we know our threats, our competitors, if we know points of strength in our organization and points of weakness to avoid them, this is very important and factor that make or contribute to the successful strategic planning. This is very important. If we share the whole stakeholders, as I said, from the employers, the employees, the audience, the local society, other institutions, this is very important to make participation with them, because if we participate, then we shall succeed in the future. This is very important. These are, if you have a good mission and a good vision for your company or institution, this is a very important factor to succeed in your strategic planning. This is very important. In fact, I talked about all the components of putting a strategic plan. One is very important is the gap analysis, to know about the current situation and what we hope to be in the future. This is very important factor. This is one of the main factors in putting a successful strategic plan. We should put objectives, of course, which can be carried out and not from our imagination, that can't be achieved. They should be achieved in our according to our circumstances and our financial resources. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. The next question from Gwen Savadu. In making strategic planning, are there any rules or things that we can consider to process in making our plans or project? Is there a need for us to, seek permission to the body concerned in giving us approval on the plans that we want to do?
Of course, if you want to establish a new organization or a new company or a new institution, there should be a permission from the ministry. For example, if it is a university or a school or an institution, you have to take the permission from the Minister of Education, of course. If you are working in the local society, you should take the permission from the environment or the Ministry of Environment and so on. According to your institution or organization, you are going to take the permission for establishing this organization. This is the first step, in fact. Then, if you want to put your plan, you have the freedom to put your strategic plan according to your circumstances, and nobody will enforce you to put a strategic planning of him. You are going to put your own strategic planning according to the meetings which you make with your team, according to your vision, to your mission. Nobody will interfere with your vision or objectives. There are no rules. In fact, you have the freedom uh, to put your strategic plan, to set your objectives, to set your vision, to your mission, to make your gap analysis. Nobody will enforce you to do that. But there are some indicators for the Ministry, for example, of Education, or some criteria which you should know them before opening or establishing your institution, for example. You should know what are the most important criteria which you are going to follow to establish your organization. But in putting your strategic planning, or you can use any diagram, you can use any way to achieve your goals without interfering from the ministry or from the law. Nobody will account you. In fact, this is you have the freedom to do anything, but according to the criteria of the Ministry of Education, for example. For example, if you want to, I want to establish a university. One of the criteria that there should be 5,000, for example, meters, 5,000 meters as land for establishing my university, for example. This is one of the criteria which the Ministry of Education puts. But they do not force me to put a strategic plan according to the land. This is one criteria according to the ministry. But my strategic plan, I have the freedom, the whole freedom to do anything, to put my objectives, to set them, to carry out them, to even to put employees, but they should be qualified. In fact, one of the criteria also is to be qualified, to be suitable for their jobs in the institution. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the next question from Sarah. What are the things we need to consider in planning effectively?
In fact, I talked about them. First of all, the most important thing is to choose the suitable team, the suitable members for our team to carry out a strategic planning, or in strategic planning. In fact, the members should be persuaded, should be convinced in our vision and mission. They should be emphasized. They should be they should be initiative. They should be loyal to the company and the organization. If they believe in the vision and mission and have the values, the enough values to to introduce them to the audience, or to the local society, or to achieve our goals in our society, in our organization, it will be one of the effective ways to succeed. If we want to plan effectively, as I said, there should be a good team. There should be a vision for our work. There should be a mission. We should set objectives that can be achieved, and not from our imagination that cannot be achieved. They should be achieved. There should be a SWOT analysis, or any kind of analysis we do for the environment, external and internal. There should be a gap analysis for the current situation and situation we are looking for. All these factors, in fact, make me plan effectively. If we have financial aid, this is very important, for example, financial resources, human resources. If we find that the local society help us to the local society and the other institutions help us to, plan effectively, we should take into that into consideration. This is very important, in fact, if we look for um, the whole members who will help us to plan effectively. Everybody in the static bank or everybody from the employees, the leadership, the local society, the institutions, the scientific and the cultural institutions are they are very important for us to plan effectively if we get the right data. We should get the right information, in fact, to plan successfully and effectively.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, I think we covered our most of the question.
Okay.
Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you.
We have learned a lot from you with the new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to
Thank
see
you.
you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you so much, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I leave now?
Yes, ma'am, you can leave.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, most welcome, ma'am. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, we are sorry. Today, some of our technical problem, we cannot share our today's webinar code. We will provide the code in a short time. Thank you. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, today some of our technical problem, we cannot share our today webinar code. We will provide the code in a short time. Thank you. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. First, you have to go www.slido.com and today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. Quiz code is after. Quiz code is afternoon. After short video, we will start our quiz session. So please, everyone, stay with us and enjoy our quiz session. welcome back again, everyone.
Yes.
It's time for our quiz session. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is afternoon. And the
Nice
code
one.
is afternoon. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will directly print on certificate. And top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificate. So please everyone join early to the already 25 four people join with us. After some minutes later, we'll start our quiz session. So please everyone join our to join our quiz session. First you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is afternoon. And don't forget to mention your friends to join our quiz session. And don't forget to mention your friends to join our quiz session. We encourage everyone to join our quiz session. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is and everyone please join in one ID. Don't join with different name. Already 34 to join with us. Now we'll start our quiz session with 34 people. Our first question is a combination plan should first advance the firm's strategic aims. Option 1 true, second option is false. And the correct answer is true, and 69% people are right. To the next question. What is the Marshall Plan? Option 1 the idea that aid must be given to India to avoid starvation. Second option the plan to give aid to Europe to avoid communism. And the correct answer is option 2 the plan to give aid to Europe to avoid communism. 36% people are right. Now we go for our third now question, and the question is how did the Anaconda Plan affect the Confederacy ability to wage war by 1865? Option 1 Lincoln's plan made hard for Confederates to recruit troops. Second option blockading the South, different to maintain supplies. And the correct answer is option 2, and 54% people are right. Move to the next question. The question is operational plan specify the detail of how to achievement of the overall objective is to be obtained. Option 1 true, second option is false. And the correct answer is true, and 90% people are right. Move to the next question. How do entrepreneurs develop their skill? Option one, by training and continuous practice. Second option is by reducing their flexibility. And the correct answer is option one. And 97% people were right. The next question. What did the Silken plan fail? Option one, Germany surrendered. Second option, the modification weakened the hammer swing. And the correct answer is option two, and 77% people are right. Move to the next question. Employers are moving to align how salespeople are measured and rewarded with organization and strategic goals. Option one, true. Second option is false. And the correct answer is true, and 94% people are right. Move to the next question. The procedure in a lesson plan should be option one, paragraph form, second option, numbered or bullet. And the correct answer is option two, and 71% people are right. Move to our next question. Question is, what did Marker Jacob Riis write about? Option one, Marker wrote about lower class society in New York, the rich industry in the 18th. ভাই কি কোশ্চেন এগুলো তো টপিকের সাথে কোনো মিল নাই। হুম? And the correct answer is option one, and 78% people are right. And our last and final question is, now matter how much their employee like them. All managers have option one, formal influence, second option, expert influence. And the correct answer is option one, formal influence, and 52% people are right. Congratulations, Hypocrites Bar is our top one. In second position, we have Carmela. In third position, we have Tommy Raghavan. In fourth position, we have King Asia. In fifth position, we have Peneranda. Yeah, you're done. Congratulations, our top 10 quiz competition winner. We have all of your name which we entered during joining. We will pick your name and prepare certificate and we post them on our Facebook official page and group. Our official page and group name is Institution of Global Professional. At the end moment of our session, you can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in our every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to go matter people or things Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end life welcome, again wants to thanks to all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Till that, stay happy and blessed. Thank you so much, everyone.